me, Jen from EmJustLikeYou, and today I have a collection review for you guys. I know I've neglected Chanel for a while now just because their fall and winter collection was just not that impressive to me. But of course, like every single year, the spring collection really caught my eye, and I really wanted to share with you guys just in case you wanted to check it out but you don't have the time. Hopefully this review will be helpful. Alright, so let's start out with the eyeshadow quad. As you already know, I am not a big fan of eyeshadows from Chanel. I don't think the price really justifies for the quality. I think I would definitely go for a Urban Decay or a MAC eyeshadow over Chanel any day. But I have to say this quad in this collection is very impressive. And the reason why I'm saying that is it's not only neutral colors that are going to really be flattering on almost anyone, and if you're going to be spending a little bit more for a luxury item, of course I want to buy something that is going to be wearable almost every single day. And for the quality, I must say that this is really great compared to any of the other ones that I've ever swatched or used. This palette in particular is very creamy and the pigmentation is absolutely amazing. It's very buttery, so it glides on your lids really well. So if you do have mature skin and you do have those crevices, a lot of powdery eyeshadows are going to accentuate it. This one is much more buttery, so it's going to be very forgiving on the eyes. This quad is not limited edition, so you don't have to make your decision right away. You will probably notice that in this video I'm not going to try and pronounce any of these names because most of them are like French. So I'm going to put all of the names of the product right here for you guys, and it's also going to be provided in the info box. Alright, so let's go on to the nail polishes, just because I absolutely love nail polishes, and I think Chanel always surprises me with the color selections that they have. So let's start out with the lightest color, which is the limited edition color. This is $5.69, and this is a beautiful peach color. It probably looks like a cream in the bottle, but once you have it on, you can't really tell. There is a little bit of a shimmer, but once you're in the light and the light hits it a certain way, then you do see this really fine, beautiful strings of shimmer and really beautiful. It catches the light beautifully. I do think that this one with one coat, it does not do very well. It doesn't look very nice. It's kind of streaky, but with the second coat, it's pretty nice. With Chanel's formulation, I usually get about a week of wear without any chippings, but I think overall for the price, more so, I would probably go for the color selections rather than the quality. This one is probably going to be compared to the peach one that was last year's spring, that one that was launched at the same time as Black Pearl, but that one is a little bit more peach. I don't think this is a color that would probably work on darker skin tones. I'm not really sad that this is actually a limited edition just because it's not one of my favorites from this collection. The next one is this beautiful bright pink. In the bottle, it probably looks like a, you know, any other pink that Chanel already has. This one in particular, I think, is a big surprise once you put it on. The first coat by itself already speaks for itself. It's really beautiful. It's not streaky. Against the sand or your sandals for the spring, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous just because this is beautifully on. It's very neon compared to what you see in the bottle. It's very bright, and I don't think Chanel has ever came out with a color this bright. So I think this is fun, much more, I think, trendy, yet young and fresh. I had to save the best for last, and it is Accessorie. This one is absolutely my favorite. I think it has to be my favorite color out of all Chanel nail polishes ever. If you're looking for a brown red that is perfectly brown and red, then this is the color for you. I've tried a lot of brown reds from Essie, from OPI, from Deborah Lippmann, and the formulation isn't as great as this one. I have to say this one looks so beautiful with just one coat. It has more red than brown with just one coat, but after letting it dry for just a little bit, it actually dries very shiny, so you don't even need a top coat if you don't have one on hand. The reason why I absolutely love this formulation is that once you have it on and you have to clean the edges, it doesn't bleed and it doesn't stain your nails, or it doesn't cause that staining around your fingers just because the quality of the polish is so poor. This is so great. It cleans perfectly, and I just absolutely love this. This is a true cream type of texture and finish. So definitely this is a great color. I don't know for spring, but definitely for winter. So, alright, so let's go into some of the lip products. Out of all glosses ever made or I've ever tried, I have to say my favorite is the Rouge Allure glosses from Chanel. And the reason being is it's very rich, opaque, yet it's not sticky, and the finish is great. I think it helps with moisturizing your lips, and it lasts for 8 hours. I absolutely love it, and I own like almost all of the permanent collection. And so when they came out with 2 new ones that I haven't ever tried, I had to get it from this collection. And this one's number 70, and this is the lighter color one. This is the color that I'm actually wearing right now. And this is really, really beautiful. Out of all the finishes, this one is much more frosty. So it does give you a little bit more shiny look and accentuates your crevices a little bit more if you do have them. And I think this is really going to be popular among the more mature customers of Chanel, just because this is a beautiful tawny color, yet it's workable with all the lipsticks that you have. So the next one is a little bit more darker color. This is more of a plum. Again, this is a frosty finish, so it's not one of my favorites just because it does accentuate my wrinkly lips. But I think that this is a great color for the fall and winter, but I don't know exactly if this is a great color for this spring. As you already know, I did a review on the Rouge Allure new formulation from Chanel, and I had the complete collection and I swatched it and everything. If you missed that video, then please click right here. But these are the ones for this collection. The first one I wanted to talk about is the 112. 112 is actually a limited edition color. This one is very light, and on the lips I think it's very pasty. I do not like the formulation for this color at all, just because it's so hard to cover your lips and really apply it. Even though I really try to go over my lips over and over again with this color, I thought it was absolutely a horrible color for my lips in particular, just because I do have pigmented lips. The next one is 114, and this one is also limited edition, and this is a more of a peachy type of nude color. It has a lot of a beigey base. I do think this is more wearable than the last one, just because it's more warmer, and so when you do apply it, I find that you have to kind of go over the lips multiple times, so you aren't getting your money's worth, I think, just because you're paying so much for a lipstick that you have to actually use so much more in order to get the color payoff that it needs. So definitely it's not one of my favorites, and definitely not something I do recommend. The next one is 116, and this one is not a limited edition. This is a permanent collection color, and this one, actually in the tube you can't really tell that there is going to be shimmer, but once you have it on your lips, it's definitely a shimmery violet plum type of color. I think this is beautiful on fair skin, just because I think it's a really great pop of color. I'm very into these type of vampy colors, just because I think it's very sexy and a different statement look compared to a hot pink or a red. Definitely love this color, but for the pigmentation and for the color itself, I don't really like shimmery colors, so I can't say that this is like one of my must-haves. I wish this was more of a cream finish. Right, so the last lip product that I have for you is number 119, and this one is a coppery brown type of color, and it is not a limited edition. This is actually a color that I think a lot of, again, sophisticated, mature, working type of ladies would love this color, just because it's very flattering, I think, as an everyday color. Very tawny, more on an orangey, coppery brown type of color. So it isn't that typical pink. This is something that I know my mom would absolutely love. It reminds me a lot of the limited edition from Lancome, which was Tulip Wood. But this one has a little bit more of a frosty type of finish. So let's move on to the cheek products. The first one I wanted to show you is the only blush that was in this collection. Not a limited edition, they have actually added this into the permanent collection. And I have to say, when I saw this online, I was like, wow, that's really beautiful. But in person, I think it's a little bit too orangey. It's very flat. It does not have any shimmer whatsoever. I think if I had to compare it with any other color from Chanel, it'd probably be In Love, but much less wearable. This one is very chalky in my opinion. It was hard for me to blend when I tried it on. I thought it was kind of too chalky. I think Rock & Republic, MAC had done a better job of a vibrant orange compared to Chanel, which I thought was very sad just because you're paying so much. Alright, but with something I do love, the highlighter, which is the star of this collection. It comes in a beautiful pouch like this, and it's very secure. It has this elastic in the back, and then you open it, and inside there's a applicator that you actually use to apply the highlighter. I think Chanel wanted to do this type of applicator just because it can pick up much more of the powder, but I don't really think it's that necessary. I think a natural bristle type of brush does fine. Let me show you this beautiful product. I am absolutely in love with this. It doesn't accentuate pores, and I think it's very subtle. Of course, my favorite has to still be the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, but that one I think is much more for summer and spring just because it's so visible and it's very highlighty. But this one is very subtle. You can't really see it, but without it, you know you don't have it on. And once you're in the light, it's beautiful. I think this is beautiful for special occasions just because for photographs, it doesn't accentuate anything and it isn't overly shimmery when the flash is bouncing against your face. So absolutely love this. I think this is going to look really great on fair to medium skin tone, but probably for darker skin tone, it might look a little bit ashy. For the last product that I wanted to share with you guys is their eyeliner. And I love Chanel's limited edition eyeliners just because they come out with these beautiful silvers, golds, and this time they came out with a rose gold color. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be perfect. If I have to splurge, I would have to pick this up. It was just too good to be true. I think rose gold would be perfect for under the eyes or in the inner corner or underneath your brows, just because I think gold is a little too harsh, but rose gold I think it's going to be flattering for, you know, any skin tone. But this formulation failed, and I hope Chanel can fix it and bring it back. This one was just way too dry, so when you try to apply it, it just looked not flattering. It's supposed to glide on buttery and look beautiful, yet it was dry and draggy. So it's hard to put on the waterline as well as underneath the waterline on your lash line. And it was terrible in the tear duct just because it looked like you had like gunk in your tear duct. And then underneath the brows, it was just horrible. Definitely do not recommend this. I was really disappointed, and I hope Chanel will bring it back in a better formulation. Alright, so sorry for this super long review, but I really wanted to show you the whole collection practically. I try to get everything that I thought a lot of you guys wanted to know about. I hope you found that it was helpful, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!